Okay. Servando, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So here are the questions that we have for the moment. First of all, you mentioned the conflict between cooling and daylighting at some point. Have you seen systems that are optimally combining the two?
If you move to global solar factors lower than 1, then the global solar factor theoretical limit is 0. And then if there is no solar radiation entering in your room, then definitely you have to use, you can no longer use daylight, no daylight at all. You have to use artificial lighting. Then the reason, the only way of overcome this conflict is dynamic shading. I mean, you use you have a variable geometry shading or switchable glazing or whatever you want in such a way that depending on the requirements you have, you use daylight, digamos, able to satisfy your requirements. But the important issue is that you limit. I mean, the maximum things that you can do is to block completely solar radiation. And if you do that, still you cannot comply with the regulations. And then preventing the heat enters in your building is not enough according to the requirements. Then you need to prevent in a consistent way the solar gains entering in your room or one, but at the same time you have to foresee to have dissipating techniques. And the dissipating technique that we were talking about is the light ventilation. The conflict is can be overcome by dynamic shading. Anyway.
Oh, very good. Then, question: is there a substantial cost of additional concrete to increase the thermal inertia? The technique that you mentioned?
No. A substantial cost. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, I'm thinking of prefabricated elements, and then I cannot give you actual figures, but the additional concrete, in fact, I mean, typically the thickness, full thickness of a thermal mass go to a limit because in internal excitation, I mean, when a wall is touched from the indoor to be cool, then maximum, I don't know, 4 or 5, maximum 10 centimeters of usable thermal mass. In this time, you have the whole wall for you because you don't, I mean, the excitation is not interior and the answer is interior, but the excitation is inside way, the outside, and the benefit is inside. Then you use the thermal mass available. Then not having more thermal mass that you need in a wiser way. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to increase the cost of your building. I mean, we are talking about the external walls. The internal wall remains as they are. We are just talking about increasing the thickness of the thermal mass. If you don't want to increase the thickness, you can have PCM, which is more expensive anyway. But if the question is, if the cost of your building increases, the answer is definitely not in a significant way.
Good. And finally, I think you covered most of it actually with also with a reference to Venticool, but if the suggested approach is not included in the energy calculation regulation, will it still be worth implementing purely financially?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, energy calculation is not pure physics. It's something important for definition. I mean, by definition. I mean, energy regulation goes a delay with innovation. I mean, the problem is when the the energy calculation regulation is too far from the innovation that are proved to work. Then there are two questions in your question. One question is, if it's not accepted to be included in the regulations, my answer will be the problem are the regulations, not the innovative active facade, for instance. And the second possibility is that if the strategy are accepted for the regulations, but the regulation doesn't provide the tool to include them and to prove the performance. And then this is the position that we are in Spain. I mean, you can prove many things that are innovative in the. I mean, you are able to prove. You are probably able to prove many things because the national code is now open, absolutely open. You can include many things, and other things is if the regulators, I mean the energy policymakers accept this as a valid alternative. But if you're able to prove from a scientific point of view, sooner or later they will have to in the right direction. But to conclude, that the regulations cannot be a barrier for the innovation, and that's a main problem. So if these systems are not included, the vast majority of buildings in Spain will not be able to satisfy the requirements. Then the problem is the requirements. Now,